when we talk about pair bonding and why it matters with the number of partners that someone's had, this is the science behind it. Now, when you want to talk about the emotions of it, this is the way that the best way that I've seen, that I've read somewhere, and I'll try to put it into my own words. Ladies, if you are listening to this, imagine a man on his 18th birthday is given $1 billion. And if you were to marry him right then and there, that billion would be yours and his and the family's to use. But instead, he decides he wants to be a playboy. And he wants to go with all these hot models, just have his fun, casual flings. And each one he gives $1 million to, or $5 million to. He's just handing out his money like it means nothing. Just casual, just fun. And then one day, he's 33 years old. He has no money left. He has nothing. And you, who wanted to be with him, who told him you liked him, you thought he was handsome and successful and well off, and there was a lot about him, and you just wanted him to get to know you. But he ignored you, and he blew you off to go be with all these beautiful supermodels, beautiful bodies, young, attractive, and he blew all his money on them. And now he's penniless, and he turns to you at 33 years old and broke, and he maybe even has kids by that point with some of the models. And he turns to you and he says, you know what? I've grown up now. I'm ready to settle down. Do you want me? A woman would say, you know something? I might have wanted you $100 million ago. I might have wanted you when you had a little bit more to offer me. But now you're broke. Now you threw all your fun away on and spent all this lavish time and wonderful things on all these women when I was here for you the whole time and you blew me off. And now that you have nothing to give me, now you come begging for me? Now you want me? Now? No, I'm not interested. You should have come to me when maybe you had a little bit more to offer. Well, this is the way that young men and many men look at relationships now. When a woman has her youth and her beauty, and a man says, you know what, I think you're beautiful, I think you're smart, I think you're wonderful. I may not be the best guy in the world, but I'll give you a good life, and I'll be a good man to you. And the woman says, no, I want to have my fun, and I want to spend my beauty and my youth and my time with all these other men. And then at 33, when she's not getting the attention she wants anymore, and she's not getting all the guys coming up to her, maybe guys will still try to, have a one night with her, but no one wants to settle down with her. No one's paying attention to her anymore. And she says, you know what? I'm running out of time. I'm running out of my youth. I'm running out of my good years. Now I'm ready to settle down. You're fine. You got a good job, right? Okay, will you take care of me and maybe my kids or just me? And yes, I'm intelligent. I have a good job. I'm a wonderful person. But I need to get married and I need to get settled down because I do want to have kids and it gets hard mid-30s. But I'm ready now. That guy says, where were you where were your best years? Where were you when you had more to offer as far as that youth and beauty? Because a man's money, if he does well for himself, other than inflation, $1 million is $1 million anywhere in your life. So as men get older, their finances don't go away. They usually get better. But as women age, their beauty does fade. They get wrinkles. Gravity takes over, and takes over for all of us. But men do age differently, and men still are able to provide right up until the day they die. So a man's money at 80 is just as good as a man's money at 20. He may not be quite as attractive to date. This is where this comes into, where guys learn about a woman's past, and when she says, I gave it all away for free or very cheap to many guys, it loses its value because a guy says, well, now you're coming to me after you had all this fun and you're ready to settle down and you can't bond. You can't be close to anybody. You had all this fun and I know the marriage statistics and I know the infidelity statistics and I know how all of this works out. There's too much risk here for me, so I'm out. And that's what happens. And it's partially science, and it's partially society, and it's partially the fact that young men will bust their tails. I mean, look at all these simps out there that are literally spending money for nothing. Guys will go out way too far, farther than they should, to go get attention from a woman. And a woman could have one of these guys, and not necessarily this, but a woman, if she really said, hey, I'm going to find the right guy and I'm going to make him dedicate himself to me and I'm going to dedicate myself to him. Guys are down for that. There's a lot of guys that are traditional out there. But because this is what happens and because she gives all her monetary youth away when she's young and then she shows up and says, I'm ready, guys aren't interested. But guys aren't interested when they're 22 and 25 and 27 and 30 and all the way up through now, because they've seen what's happened to their older friends. They've seen what has happened in men's communities. They see what happens in the divorce courts. They see what happens in society. So before they even have a chance to go looking, a lot of guys are saying, no, I know the math behind this. I know what happens. And I'm out.